Alright guys, welcome back to another update. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to my members, shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for locking in with your boy. Let's get on into this thing and let's see what's going on. This is going to be a long update. We're going to give you a good full feature. I want you to really dig in and see what's going on. So we're going to really dig into this so y'all can relax, get you a snack. Get you something to drink, get you something to do, whatever you need to do to relax, and let's get on back into this thing. Let's get on caught up. If you don't know what's going on, by all means, go back to part 1. Got a lot of moving parts right now, but right now, guys, we're trying to hold the line. If you don't know what's going on, go back to the part 1 and work your way on back down. So we're just trying to hold the line until my friends in America come on over. That's why I'm starting to show you more and more about what's going on with Oregon in the United States over there. Still got a real strong unit right here, but I don't want to move them too close into this area. And keep in mind, guys, as you're looking at this map, this is a very, very, very slow-paced game. So what you're looking at is something being sped up so that you can so this is really moving like 5 times the speed. But I want to go ahead and let's get caught up so you can kind of just see how the map starts to change and just kind of see how we make the adjustments needed in a quicker way. I don't want you guys to get lost as to what's going on. Right now, America is being wrapped up. Oregon is coming on over. And he's doing his due diligence over here in America. Getting Southern Highland out of there, and as you can see, Mercia is still surrounding that. So that's a great job on Oregon's part by getting over there, because now that's going to start to put pressure on Mercia in the north side up there. So right now we're just holding the line. Not a lot of action right now, guys. Not a whole lot of action. But it's times like this where it becomes very important to just stay disciplined, stay focused. And I'm looking for Mercia and his coalitions to make any mistakes. We're still overcoming from that situation with Lorale, but we're going to overcome that. We finally got rid of Perth. So we're working this thing slowly but surely. One thing I do notice about Novgorod and Murcia, they're very amateurish when it comes to air warfare. That's not a good attack right there. You should see that large stack I got coming. That's going to tear those airplanes up. So I do notice that when it comes to air warfare, they kind of slack a little bit. But that's a lot of airplanes he got en route. So that's where this becomes very dangerous for me, because now we're looking at these airplanes coming. He's got all these troops. I see almost 3,000 troops over here. So this is wide open. This is wide open. But look at what I got him doing. Retreating. Amateurish. Amateurish. He's supposed to be bringing all this thing forward. There's nothing I can do to stop 300 airplanes. Only thing I can try to do at this point is stop the bleeding. But because I got so many forts in place, he really can't see that my whole situation is wide open. But the good thing about having forts, guys, is that you can have, especially level 5s. So I've been building forts for a long time. So I'm at level 5 now. Level 4 and level 5, the enemy cannot see how many troops you have on that province. So you can have one troop on that province, and that'll make the enemy think twice about attacking it, because they don't know how many is on there. So that's why, even though Murcia has a way larger army, he cannot progress like he would like to. Now, of course, Novgorod is playing a good game, because now Novgorod doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, because we have to worry about Murcia. It's almost like basketball when you have like Michael Jordan on the court. Yeah, Scottie, you can't focus on Scottie Pippen as much as you want to, because you have to put really most of that energy on the main player, the main scorer. And in this game, that would be Murcia. But I like what Novgorod is doing. Novgorod is playing a smart game. Like I said, he has 300 something airplanes over there. I have 200 something, but I'm going to keep my airplanes away from those large stack of planes he has. I don't do head for head canceling out my airplanes. They cost too much, took too much time to build them up, and you should never just take a chance of losing those. This is a conversation that we're having about Mendoza. Me personally, I'm not fooled one bit by Mendoza, but I do understand that even though I believe Mendoza is a backstabbing saboteur, I still can play a more strategic game. I don't have to let him know that I'm fully aware of Mendoza, and he doesn't realize that at this point. He doesn't realize that I'm on to him and things like that. He just noticed I kicked him out of the group, but he really doesn't know why, or maybe he does, and he's just trying to play stupid. So that's just me talking with my coalition, letting them know what I'm thinking as far as what's going on. He would love to try to attack my little stack of airplanes with his. He would love that. Not gonna happen, buddy. This guy got another 3,500 troops down there, guys. Do y'all see how many troops Murcia got? Do y'all need to see that again? Goodness gracious. Do y'all see that? And he just sitting there. Cause that's how arrogant this guy is. He just wanna be so dominant and supreme. He got all of these troops. My goodness. So yeah, I'm definitely outnumbered. Murcia definitely is probably one of the strongest armies I've seen on this game. I see why he's number 3 in the world. That is a strong army. My goodness. Yeah, the only way I'm gonna be able to deal with Murcia, we definitely gonna have to come together as a team and really be focused. Even though I think Murcia is a cheater and all that, he got a lot of troops. That's just the bottom line. That's the facts. That's the facts on the ground. Question is, how do we overcome this? If you never seen a series I did, and it was another player like Murcia, his name was Abruzzo. You ought to check out that series. It's a very, very good series. Murcia reminds me of Abruzzo. Who knows? Might be the same person. Who knows? Maybe he's back for vengeance or something like that. Sweet. As you can see, I'm sending my airplane over there where I feel it's a weak spot in this area, and this is away from where his airplanes are, which is up here. His airplanes are up there, mines are going down. So the goal is to keep my airplanes away from anywhere where he can use his fighters against mines. Never go head to head, guys, with someone and you know they completely outnumber you. I mean, eventually you're gonna cancel out each other, but then they're gonna have reinforcements coming to get you. So he's gonna have to guess where my airplanes are at. And even if he does, I'm going to move them, I'm going to constantly move my airplanes. So you guys see what's going on. You see the breakdown. We're fighting. It's a war. Any questions, any concerns, leave it in the comments. And this is all happening after this whole Raleigh situation. So like I said, we're still regrouping. We have not overcome that situation yet. This is me talking to the team. Hey team, quick strategy. I am purposely not advancing into Raleigh because it keeps a barrier between us and Murcia. Cans, I'll cover you regardless if you choose to advance. Murcia is very strong. However, our friends in America should put some pressure on him soon. We have to play smart and play good defense. Our points keep increasing while their coalition is declining, which is true. Every day our points are growing up and their points is going down, primarily because we have spies going on, tearing up stuff. Not only that, but you have to continue to build your economy, guys. So I'm building my economy in Australia. I'm building all my economies where no one can attack it on those provinces. I'm building them up, building forts, building anything that can generate points. The forts, the warehouses, all of those things generate points. The railroads. So you want to get those things built, and then that'll help build your points up. Murcia was trying to rush through. Most of his troops are below 45% energy. Yes, Murcia has a lot of troops that are very low in energy, but as I'm starting to see how many troops he has, that really doesn't matter. He has way too many troops. So beating him is going to have to be done in a very strategic way. Number one, it might go to the end of the game. Number two, we're going to have to get we can't have any more backstabbing. We can't have, at this stage in the game, we just cannot take another hit where there's another saboteur on our team. If we have another saboteur on our team, that's why I kicked Mendoza, because we just cannot afford to get backstab at this point. We're already down. We're already behind. So I'm hoping the last few guys that are in this coalition are solid. Otherwise, we're really going to be in trouble. We've been getting backstabbed this entire game. Spy after spy, multi-account after multi-account, 14-year-olds, people passing away, people sick, all these different things that has been said, all the lies. So I'm hoping that we've gotten past that so we can try to really strategize and put our foot back on these guys' necks. So my job is to hold it down over here in Asia. Yeah, we're going to lose some stuff, but at least we lose it without allowing these guys to just run amok. But yes, I have to concede that we're losing territory. We're losing ground. But at the same time, I'm building up a nice strong army that will be able to reclaim some of these provinces that we're losing. But I would not be delusional. Murcia is extremely strong right now. And he has one of the most dominant military units I've seen on this game. That's what we're dealing with. Guys, we will be getting another game going soon. I hope y'all ready for that. We will get another game going soon. I'll give you guys a head up about that. You know all the breakdowns about that. If you don't, I'll continue to give you guys the information on that. Of course, if you're a member, you get first dibs. You'll know before anybody else know. I think that's just only fair to do that for my members. And then, but I will give my subscribers, I will give you guys more than enough time to join the map. And no, I will not wait. Somebody said, let us know before it get to day 2 weeks in. No, I'm not going to do you guys like that. I'm going to always give you probably within 24 to 72 hours, you'll have access. So you don't have to worry about that. So y'all stay tuned for that. We got a new map coming. Okay. This whole Africa situation is a little tricky, especially down here in southern Africa. This is who I'm talking about as far as Oregon. I got Oregon in America. You got North Columbia. So I'm really banking on those guys to be able to help us out in a little while. Once they wrap up those situations in America, I really wouldn't mind if North Columbia go ahead and take out Mendoza. That would be lovely. But I don't want to put him in that kind of situation. So not going to quite go there. All right, so I'm going to help out my buddy here in Southern Africa, put a little more pressure on Eastern Cape. Because Eastern Cape think he was just going to relax. We're not going to let Eastern Cape relax. Told y'all we're going to sneak those airplanes in where we can just kind of snatch here and there a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But we always have to be on the lookout for that large 300 stack that Mercia got over there. Can't lose sight of that guy. As you can see, Mercia got even more airplanes over. He got another 130 airplanes. This ain't even including the 300. This guy here. This is Mercia talking about he wants to have a debate on YouTube. I'm not about to debate this weirdo. But I let him think we was gonna have a debate. The whole time I realized he just wants some attention. But he won't get none from me. Any questions, any concerns, leave it in the comments. The enemy has given us his best shot. Lurali's decision to sabotage, manipulate, lie was supposed to bring down our spirits. Maybe even make us quit. I think that was supposed to be the goal. Yet somehow, some way, something is telling me to continue. Keep pushing. Something is telling me that something good is going to come out of this map. In spite of. Indeed, this is the number 3 player in the world. And I've said that on numerous occasions because I don't take that lightly. And I respect what it takes to be the number 3 player in the world. That would have taken a lot of work. It does require some skills. So I'm not one to downplay that kind of ranking. That's a great ranking. You would hope in a map in which you're playing with somebody at that level, you would hope that you could learn some things. Pick up on some different strategies and whatnot. Maybe see some things that you maybe weren't aware of that you could add to your arsenal. But that's not what I seen from Murcia, the number 3 player in the world. That's not what I seen. I seen Murcia benefit from many strange phenomenons in this game. Lurali quitting. That didn't benefit anyone but Murcia. No one benefited from that more than Murcia. Southern Highland abandoning all his provinces. No one benefited more than Murcia. So when I see you getting free provinces, when I see multi-account level of activity, I can no longer sit as if I admire or I can still learn. I don't need to learn how to cheat. I don't need to learn as a grown man how to lie, how to manipulate. I don't want to be number 3 in the world that bad. When someone plays this game against me, I want them to say, I learned something. When I beat somebody in this game, I want them to say, he beat me fair and square. He used some tactics that I'd never seen before. I've shown the whole Supremacy world. Something that has been taking place on this game. And right now it seems like people want to undermine it or sweep it under the rug. But no. For all of you who have played this game and who will continue to play this game, what I am showing you, you would not see this probably nowhere else. I'm literally showing you guys the number 3 player in the world. I'm showing you his tactics. I'm showing you why I'm the supreme master. I told y'all who I was. How you the supreme master? How you the supreme master? What makes you the man? This is what makes me the supreme master. I got the number 3 player in the world right now. And I'm analyzing this entire game. This is content. And he knew I was documenting this game. It's not like I was doing it and everybody knows I'm documenting this game that's on this map. Yet he still chose to use these weak tactics as if I was not going to document it. This is what makes me the supreme master. Mercia is a bully. He's a bully. Y'all ever seen Karate Kid? Y'all remember that bully that was bullying the Karate Kid? And then what happened? Wax on, wax off. You see all those spies I got out there? You see how I got my troops just patiently waiting, building them up. Got my airplanes, picking and choosing, but we're not going to go into no serious battles. As you can see, my airplanes are fully charged. That's what you want. You want to let them rest until they get back charged up. And like I said, I'm keeping them out of harm's way. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to something here. Now, this is something that I got to point out about my buddy, South French Indochina. I want you guys to take a look around this map for a second. This is the one problem I have with South French Indochina, is that you have a South French Indochina is not losing any land. This is all me. I took the front line here. Right? I took that front line. Now, I understand Mercia is coming with his troops and stuff like that. But there's no reason why South French is stopping short. As you can see, he's coming here with those 2,000 something troops, another 400 troops. He's coming there. But that doesn't help me on the line. If that makes any sense. See, he's over here Yet, as you can see, I'm losing provinces all over the place. So I really just need a little bit more backup coming up in here, especially since I took that front line and I'm taking a lot of hits. And so now I have to see and reevaluate, because I'm not going to ever just thin myself out, because then that make me weak. And if you're weak, then that means you don't have any room to be diplomatic. You're at the enemy's, you're at his disposal, really. So always stay strong. Always never thin yourself out. So that's what I'm looking at. And I'm saying to myself, maybe I have to scale back, because I'm noticing that South French Indochina is not really advancing at the pace that I really kind of need him to, because now the enemy doesn't have any pressure. So I'm still feeling all the pressure on the front line. And you'll see more and more what I mean by that. So I think by Raleigh quitting and lying, manipulating, it just discouraged, I believe, my entire team. And that's where leadership comes into play. That's where steadfastness come into play. That's where not giving up and courage come into play. That's where patience come into play. And I know what some of y'all are thinking, oh man, I hear all that, man, but dang, man, he is number. Here, we hear you, Supreme Master, but he is number 3 now. I mean, we gotta keep it 1,000. Maybe you just out of your league. I know how some of y'all think. I know it. I know it. I know it. Supreme Master going down this time. And I might be. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned to find out, because we're gonna take this to the last day on this map. Oh, we're going to the end, baby. That's a fact. All right, so I made landfall in South Africa, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to get on there is because I knew I had those rail guns. But I'll be honest, look at this look at Mr. Mercia here with those airplanes. I see, I miscalculated those airplanes a bit, because even though he has a lot of fighters with those airplanes, nonetheless, that still doesn't matter. Those fighters still do a lot of damage as well. So he has 100 fighters there, but then he has 29 bombers. So I was thinking, I should still be in pretty good shape, but not really. Those airplanes, it just do so much damage, even the fighters. So I kind of miscalculated that a bit. So what I'm noticing too, Mercia's focus is not really on anyone else but me. And that's not a bad tactic. But they say you cut off the head and the body shall fall. So I think that's the tactic Mercia is using, because I'm noticing I'm getting a lot of aggression from him in many different areas. So I have lost a significant amount of troops. But as you can see, I'm still building force all up in Australia, building that up. So Australia is going to be an extremely rich country. So they're going to be wondering, how is he still getting points? It's because I'm going in right now. This is something everybody need to pay attention to. I'm going in right now, and I'm building my forts up on all these provinces I got, where I know I'm not being attacked. It's safe, so I can grow that province. So right now, Australia is extremely rich. It has level 5 forts, railroads, and everything else. I'm going to build more stuff on there. I'm going to build it to the max where I get the maximum amount of points for those provinces. Mm-mm. All right, so this is me and Eastern Cape having a discussion. Tell me what y'all think about this discussion I had with Eastern Cape. I say, I tell Eastern Cape, stay tuned to the channel. I think you played like a real coward. And I do. Because in the beginning of the game we talked and I thought we had an understanding that we would join forces. But he joined Mercia, the number 3 player in the on the game. And I just felt like that was a coward move, in my opinion. So he says, oh, okay. Says the person who declared war on a supposed ally. I saw you betray past teammates, so I was skeptical, but I guess I should have not have trusted you. I don't know what teammates he's talking about. He would need to clarify that because I don't betray teammates. I said I sent you a coalition invite. You did not accept. Intel came in showing you working with Mercia, a known enemy. Very simple. If you were truly sincere, you would have joined the team. That's just that simple, guys. If he really wanted to work with me and we were really allies, then why didn't he accept the coalition invite when it was sent to him? Because he's a liar. Then he says, I don't believe that the 4th player in the world is cheating. You hear that? You see what I'm saying? So he didn't see what happened with Southern Highland. He didn't see what happened with Lorali. He's not seeing any of these things that are going on. He's not seeing what's happening with Castamanu, Curse. All these AI players that ain't doing nothing but kissing Mercia behind for some strange reason. He don't see any of that. I don't believe that the 4th player in the world is cheating. And I can see by the Riley and Porth joining would have made no difference. But I wish to keep things good with you because I like your content and you seem like a nice person. May the best team win. Wow. He really is under Mercia's. He really feel like he got something going right now. Y'all see this guy? Talking about I saw you betray past teammates. I've never betrayed no teammates. If you watch my video, you'll see why I may kick somebody out of the coalition. They may go AI. They become inactive. Usually that's 99% of the time is that somebody becomes inactive. You see, this is what I mean by South French. He's just gathering up, but he's not moving to where the enemy's at. What y'all think about that? He's not aggressive at all, is what I'm saying. Okay, wait a minute. So as you can see, he is losing airplanes. He lost 2. I'm good with that, because he's going to have to stop that. Because if you're already losing airplanes, that means you're getting hit pretty hard. So I would like him to continue that. So I calculated that kind of right. Because usually if you're going to attack with a bunch of fighters and 29 bombers, but I got 10 tanks, horses. Now that's not that strong, but I do got 1,000 troops. I wish I had more cars. That would have really helped me in this situation. But even with that, that's still a lot. So he already done lost 2. So I want to see how long he's going to stay there and how many airplanes he's willing to lose just to hurt my stack. Because he's not going to take that stack out with those airplanes. It's not enough. So we're going to see. Those fighters are supposed to be used to fight against my bombers. So that's how I be saying, like, Mercia, he talking about a manual he got and that somebody can learn from him. But this is an amateur move he's making right here, in my opinion. Those fighters should be trying to hunt down my bombers that I got over there in Asia. Alright guys, we're going to cut this thing short. Not short, but this was a pretty long update. But we're going to go ahead and close it on out. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back at you. We're going to get you guys caught up on this thing. Stay with me, guys. It's about to get nasty. It's about to get ugly. You ain't seen nothing yet. We'll be right back at you.